everyone, it's Miss Jones and welcome to our art lesson. Last week, we started learning about colors. We talked about how to remember the colors and also we organized them onto a color wheel. This week, we're going to look at a specific group of colors that may be considered the most important. These are what we call primary colors. The primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. These colors are special because all other colors can be made by mixing a combination of the primaries. In addition, there are no colors that can be mixed to make a primary. Today, our art project is inspired by an artist who almost exclusively used primary colors in his work. This is pop artist Roy Lichtenstein. Pop art was a movement that began in the 1960s and featured images from pop culture. Lichtenstein would borrow images from comic books and advertisements, recreating them by hand with paint. Much of his work only used the colors blue, red, yellow, and white, outlined in a thick black. Another characteristic of his work included space filled with stripes or dots, which were common in printed comic books during his time. So we're going to be making our own pop art image inspired by Roy Lichtenstein. So we're going to need a few materials. First, you'll need a white piece of paper. You'll also want to have a pencil for drawing. And then we're going to need our colors. So we need our 3 primary colors. So go ahead and find your blue, red, and yellow. They can be either markers, crayons, or colored pencils, whatever you'd like. And also go ahead and grab a black marker. It's nice to kind of have those bold lines like Lichtenstein's work. Kind of makes it pop a little bit more, kind of like pop art. So make sure you have these 4 colors here, piece of paper, pencil, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So what we're going to be drawing today, there's a lot of different things we could be drawing, but one of my favorite pieces from Roy Lichtenstein is a sunrise landscape, and I really love the sunrise because it doesn't really look like a sunrise you would see maybe in person. It's kind of more of a cartoony kind of sunrise. So we're going to be doing that and kind of adding those fun elements of just our colors, but also our stripes and dots, and kind of make it look a little bit more cartoony and pop culture-ish. So let's go ahead and draw our sunrise here. So we're going to start by drawing our water. So we're going to draw a horizontal line. We want our paper to be long ways here. So we're going to go ahead and draw kind of a horizontal line that kind of goes across here. And you can draw in pencil, or if you want to draw it maybe in pen. I might draw mine in pen so you can maybe see it a little bit better. So I'm just going to draw kind of my line all the way across here. Kind of just a straight line. And this is going to be my ocean because I want my sun to be over an ocean. If you want it to be over something else, go ahead. You can always put it somewhere else. But we want to make it pretty cartoony and stylistic, pretty simple, plain objects and shapes. So for our water, I'm going to do kind of like a sun reflection. And I'm going to do that by drawing kind of these big, kind of long shapes, kind of like this. They're like tubes or something. And then maybe I'll draw one kind of like this. So we've got kind of our water reflection. It doesn't really look like much now, but once we get it colored, it'll definitely look like that. And then let's go ahead and draw our sun. So we're going to draw our sunrise kind of right in the middle here. We're going to draw a big sun coming over our water here. And now we need the rays of our sun. So we're gonna do the rays of our sun coming out like this, they can kind of do a few different lines. You want to make some sections, you can make them big, you can make them small, but we want to go all the way out to the ends of our paper here because you want it to fill up our entire paper. I might do maybe one more this way. There we go. So we have our whole picture together here. So now we get to do the fun part of kind of starting to color. So remember, we're only using our 3 primary colors. So you can kind of color whatever section you want, but we're also going to remember to do some stripes and some dots and make it a little bit fun. So let's go ahead and start our coloring. I'm going to color my sun here in the middle. I'm going to color it yellow, because usually suns are yellow. There we go. And I'm also gonna do maybe a few sections. So I think I'm gonna do maybe 2 or 3 of my sections here, kind of light, kind of like my yellow here. So go ahead and fill maybe 2 or 3 sections, depending on how many you did, with yellow. And I would kind of space them out a bit so they don't all need to be right next to each other, but let's space them out. So I kind of have one over here. Maybe I'll do kind of one up here. Okay, and after we have maybe 3 of ours colored in, let's go ahead and kind of start our doing maybe some stripes. If you want to color some more in yellow, you can. I think I might do, but now we should start kind of adding our stripes and maybe some dots on here. So I'm going to start with maybe some of my red, and in my one of my sections here, I want to do my dots. So usually Roy Lichtenstein, his dots were not kind of random all over the place. They were called Ben-Day dots. And what Ben-Day dots are, it's a way of printing. So when they would print comic books, they would have these dots that would overlap each other. And they would all be so even, they would all be the same size and would be all right next to each other, kind of in a nice orderly row. So it wasn't kind of random dots all over the place. It was kind of a nice even row next to each other. So I'm going to try my best to make some Ben-Day dots here. So I'm kind of going to make like a row of dots kind of going all over this section here. And you can make them kind of close together if you want. I'm kind of staggering my dots a little bit. You can make them close, you can make them far apart. But I kind of like to make them maybe a little bit closer. So I'm gonna do maybe another section like this with my red Ben-Day dots here. Lovely, so I really like that. I might even do one more section here. All right, I love my Ben Day dots so far. They look so cool. So as we continue going on with our piece here, you can kind of start to do what you'd like. So I'll probably add some blue stripes in here, but down at the water, if you want to color in the water blue and maybe you want to make these kind of like highlights, I think I might do that where I kind of make these kind of like reflections in the water, but I might make them more like the stripes. Or maybe I might even put blue dots over my yellow. That might look kind of cool too. So I might even do that instead and see how that looks. But you can kind of layer if you'd like. I think yellow is a good underlayer because it's so light. So like blue and red kind of go over it okay. But I'm gonna try it out and actually see, and we'll see how it goes. But this is gonna be kind of my my water reflection here. So I did my water, I did kind of my reflection here. If you don't want to do the water and you just want to do a big sun, you can do that. I think next time I want to just do a big sun with all the rays. I think that would be more fun. But I can kind of add some, I'm going to add some stripes here, kind of with my big graphic kind of stripes on my sun. You don't always have to make the stripes the same. As long as you use these 3 colors, you can kind of do whatever you'd want here. I just kind of made a pattern almost, but you don't necessarily have to do that. That's not required. But maybe I'll do it kind of like that, and then I'll do maybe some different angled stripes. So there we have it, our pop art Roy Lichtenstein inspired sunrise here over the ocean. I really like how mine came out. I used smelly markers, so it smells really good. But I love the patterns. I love how vibrant our primary colors look together. They really stand out and make our drawings really pop. So it's a really great kind of color combination for any kind of art piece. Well, thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed this and hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you. Bye.